So you've probably heard some Eastern Orthodox dispute the status of St. Augustine and whether or not he can be appealed to in theological discussions. Some venerate him as a saint and will appeal to his writings. Other Orthodox have a lot of questions about him and really have some difficulty with him, especially with the question of the filioque. And because of that, in the eyes of some Eastern Orthodox today, St. Augustine is relatively dubious. And so there's some difficulty in appealing to him if you're a Catholic trying to point to Augustine and one of his theological views to settle a dispute. Now, on to this topic, you actually have a fascinating case here in this book by Henry Chadwick, East and West, The Making of a Rift in the Church. He describes a fascinating situation with the Fifth Ecumenical Council that condemned some people who had long been dead and actually died in the peace of the church. And it was questionable for a lot of the Latin and Western churches to condemn somebody post-mortem. They thought, wait, hold on, how can you do this? This person died in the peace of the church. Can an ecumenical council really condemn them after the fact? The Fifth Ecumenical Council said yes, and it appealed to the writings of Augustine, who in his own day did approve of post-mortem condemnations. Although he had some questions about it, ultimately in his writings, he does confirm it. And so the Orthodox at the council did appeal to this notion of post-mortem condemnations in Augustine's writings. And so both Catholics and Eastern Orthodox who accept the Fifth Ecumenical Council and its authority thereby recognize the legitimacy of appealing to Augustine in theological discussions. Anyways, if you enjoyed this content, you want to see more like it, make sure to hit that subscribe button.